guys, Jeff the Nature Guy here at ZooMontana, and it's update time. You know, the last time I talked about this guy, he was so much smaller. Of course, this is Jack, our savannah monitor, and look at him now. He is growing so quick, and he's so healthy, looking good. Now, of course, monitors, well, this particular one, the savannah monitor, found in Africa, and monitors, of course, obviously a reptile, a lizard, and they're long and skinny, and they're known for doing some pretty good hunting. Now, the savannah monitor, what's interesting about them is they have a much more restrictive diet than other monitors do, meaning they don't eat nearly as much as some of the big monitors do in Africa. This guy is going to eat things like arthropods, mollusks, things like invertebrates, so that means beetles, snails, millipedes, things like that. You're not going to see them taking big items like mice, rats, things like that very often. In fact, it's quite rare, and here at the zoo, we have to be very careful on what we feed him because if they get too much fat, it can kill them relatively quickly. So we do have to monitor their diet, no pun intended, very, very closely. Now, a couple other things about these savannah monitors. They're going to get about 3.5 feet long, so they're not nearly as big as some of the monitors like the Nile monitor or the white-throated monitor, some of those crazy monitors that can be 5, 6, even 7 feet long. I'll tell you about a story about that in just a minute. But obviously, this guy's a little bit smaller, but he's still got these incredibly powerful forelimbs, those arms there, and those toes and giant nails. These guys are great at digging, so you're going to see them digging burrows and, of course, digging up those invertebrates that he, of course, likes to eat. Now, of course, you do see that tongue coming out there, so obviously, just like a snake, he's going to smell with that tongue. And these guys are going to shed as well, but they're not going to shed in one big piece like a snake. They're going to shed in small little pieces, like a little piece of their toe here, maybe a piece of their back there, and it's going to kind of vary throughout their life. Now, real quick, back to that giant monitor. I was actually once part of a study in Florida, and in Florida, monitors are a problem. They're an invasive species, meaning they're living there when they shouldn't. And we actually one time caught a 7-foot Nile monitor in Florida, of all places. So they can actually be pretty invasive in the United States, so we got to be careful if we're getting pets. Don't release them out in the wild. If you can't care for them, call another facility, and we'll try to help find a home for that animal. Just a neat thing to remember. But guys, do check this guy out at the zoo. He's so cool to see here on exhibit, and maybe, just maybe, you might even see him in your school soon. So guys, until next time, I'm Jeff the Nature Guy with Jack, our savannah monitor.